Hey, Tweet 38, and hi to my replay viewers. Hey, Black Diamond, thank you for joining us. Hey, Anita, thank you for joining us. Hey, it's Angie K. Hey, Clark Garrison. Thank you for showing up for my scope. So for those of you who are new on my scope, my name is Angie K. Hey now. I'm a health and wellness coach for female entrepreneurs. I help them put systems and strategies into place to make sure that they are rocking their health and dominating their wellness every time. Thanks for joining us, Frida. For those of you who are new to my scope, you know how this works. As long as there is a steady stream of rainbow hearts, I will continue to pump out amazing information. When the rainbow stops or the stream dies down, y'all know I gotta go, right? Hey, friend, thank you for joining us. Hey, Mary LW, thank you for joining us. So if you just entered this scope, you think somebody might want to know this Perry guy's sitting over here and he's lonely. Tap it and share it out to your people here on Periscope. Share it out to anyone you think might need the information on Twitter. And I am here to share with you the number one way for you to have sustainable wellness. And it really is not what people think, right? People think that to have sustainable wellness, it's about what you eat. It's about the people you're around. It's about that 20%. My phone just went off. That 20% of that doesn't have to do with diet. They think it's about that thing. But really and truly, as I'm learning more and more, that I'm going to share with you guys more and more information that I learn. The number one thing that I've found for you to truly have a life that is committed to wellness and keep you young and keep you sane is to cut your stress. Now, how do you do that? The best thing that you can do, hey, J Rules, thank you for joining us. The best thing that you can do is to let go of the things that do not serve you. Let go of the things that do not serve you. Now, remember, we did a whole Periscope about stress, how you pinpoint what the stressor is. And I showed you strategies about how to completely eliminate stresses out of your life, right? And so how do you make sure you're keeping that down? You quickly learn to let go of the things that do not serve you. Now, if you're on this scope, more than likely, hey, J Rules, hey, nice to meet you. If you're on this scope and you follow me on Facebook, if you're in this boat with me and you're not pedaling, you got to go because I sure as heck ain't gonna let you sit back there and drill holes. Ain't that right, friend? No, can't drill holes up in my boat. Okay, got to go. You're not serving. The way my slogan is, and I said this on the stress scope too, is no service, no stay. So if you're not serving me in some capacity or serving a purpose that is in alignment with my life's purpose and that vibration is there, then there is no stay. You cannot stay. And it is not a matter of when you're going to leave. I serve you notice. I don't just wait for things to kind of sort of fall into place or happen. I serve it notice. And I think that's where a lot of people are missing the mark. Pink slip all day. All day, you got to go. So I hire slowly, fire quickly. That's me. That's just the way it is, right? I really get into people that I'm hiring, people that are on my team. But if you messing up, consistently messing up, and it's proof that it's there, then to me, you're drilling holes in my boat. Hey, Mary by God, thank you for joining us. For those of you that are just now jumping in, we're talking about the number one way to have sustainable health and wellness. And we said that is to reduce your stress. How do you do that? You let go of the things that do not serve you. If you're following me and you're on Facebook, you saw my letting go post today. I just stepped away from over 16-year medical career, right? So that I am able to step fully into what is my purpose. For years, I just tiptoed around it, and I'm going to tell you something. If you don't already know this, even if you're not feeling stressed, yes, love it. Can't wait to make the move. Yes, make the move. And I'm going to tell you something about making that move, things like that people kind of don't get, or they don't necessarily put the pieces together, or they feel like they can't connect the pieces. Here's a thing that I've learned, and I'm going to tell you something that was super specific and super eerie that my last patient told me right before I gave him medications and wheeled him back to surgery. When we're talking about letting go, I'm talking about getting to a place where you have just simply allowed, okay? allow things to happen in your life, the good things, right? Pay attention to everything that's going on around you, right? And don't stifle your progress, because a lot of times we set intentions, we put things out there in the atmosphere. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a mother. I want to be married to a certain type of man or woman. We put these things in the atmosphere and we're not even ready for them. We don't even take the necessary steps to step into that fully, right? So why or what has caused us to put it out there, right? And I'm talking to myself as well. Hey, Sherlyn Mitchell, thank you for joining us. And I'm talking to myself as well, right? But we set these intentions and we are not ready to step into them fully. So when will you be ready? Will you ever be ready? To me, when it comes to, hey, my BJ, to me, when it comes to you stepping into your purpose fully, one thing that I understand, and this patient confirmed that for me, is the fact that God is not going to give you an intention or give you a vision and not support that for you. And a lot of people say this, y'all, but they don't step fully in. They don't. Oh my God, they don't. Probably 90% of people, I don't know anybody that has gotten a vision, okay? Know the vision, plain and clear, can see the pathway laid for them and just go and take it. Hey, Kima, and just go straight and just guns blazing, go take it. Very few people do that. Most people get a vision and then they sit there and they say, well, my situation's not ideal. He won't give you the vision if it's not for you. And he's not going to give it to you if he's not going to support you in it. That's the key. Knowing that the support will be there. And I'm going to tell you something. Realizing that support is there takes sheer faith. It takes faith, right? Because here's the deal. Your job tomorrow is not guaranteed. Your job tomorrow is not guaranteed. If you're sitting on somebody's job, that's how me and my husband got married. Yes, jump and shoot. Yes, jump and the chute will open. Yes, I was his vision. Awesome. And this is the thing. Like you're gonna have to jump. You're gonna have to jump because the people that you're around, if you've got a vision for something great and you're going every day to a 9 to 5, the people that you're around, in many cases, they're not vibrating on that level. They're not vibrating on that level. And here's what you do. You straddle the fence. And guess what's going to happen? You lose momentum. You lose your way. And eventually you will start to doubt unless you have this strong capacity to say, no, I'm holding true to it. I'm building every night, which is what I did. I would work my 9 to 5, see all of my clients up until 9 p.m. and then work my business from 9 p.m. to about 1 a.m. Right? Working on things behind the scene. Me and Rhonda was just talking about this like seconds ago. This is your confirmation. And I'm going to tell you what my patient said to me, right? My last patient said to me, before I wheeled him back, and he was an add-on case. He wasn't an original case for me that day, right? He wasn't an original case for me. Was it yesterday? He was not an original case for me. He was added on. He came through the ER, and he was just going back to have surgery for whatever he came in for, his emergency, basically. So they threw him they assigned the case to my room, which is fine. I went and got everything ready, and when I went to talk to him, asked him a bunch of questions about his history, made sure I had everything straight, no allergies, and making sure that his anesthetic was going to be safe, and explained to him the risks and all these different things, and told him that he was going to be fine, talked to his wife as well. Just basic stuff we do as medical professionals, right? Right. He turns to me, and I was getting ready to walk away, and he says, I need to tell you something. And I said, what is it? He said, I was unemployed for 18 months. And I learned 2 things. And this was random. Like we were talking about his body systems and, okay, sign your consent for surgery. This had nothing to do with anything. He said, I was unemployed for 18 months and I learned 2 things. 1, I didn't need as much as I thought I did. And 2, my faith provided everything that I need. And I said, okay, that's fine. I didn't think anything else of it, right? I didn't think all along, like the past few days, I've been looking at, okay, I can't straddle the fence anymore. Exactly. Because I tried to walk away, but he kept pulling me back. He was like, no, I want you to know this. You don't need what you think you need. You don't need as much as you think you need. Your faith is what you need. Your faith. He kept saying that. That's all you'll need. Every single thing else is going to be provided for you. That is what he said. That is what he said. And with that being said, I walked away from a 6-figure career with great benefits. I did. I did. And yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm not stressing about it. I do have some things in the works. I don't have any super major plans, but I'm not afraid either. The fear is something that I've worked on for months now, because we have such a fear. Like when you have a career this long, and unfortunately, when people say, I've been on my job for 25 years, I've been doing this for 30 years, I'm not impressed, because somewhere, somehow you had a vision and it was not to clock in. It was not to clock in. So let's be honest about it. Okay. You know, if you're on this scope and you're still trying to work your vision, I often feel that way. Yeah. If you're on this scope and you're still trying to work your vision and you're still trying to go to work every day, you're still trying to, I want you to assess some things, because I don't think that it's time for every single person to jump and walk away and, be discreet, use some discretion about it. Don't just jump out there, right? Use some great judgment about it. Okay. Use some great judgment. Now, here are some questions you can ask yourself. If you say, exactly, use your wisdom. But even if you say, okay, all my text messages keep popping through. I hope that's not y'all on Periscope texting me, because it's not going to be fun, right? But here's how you exercise that wisdom. If you say, well, Angie, I don't know how to think. I don't know what I should be asking myself, but I know there's something else that I kind of like to do, but I just don't give it any more thought. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. When you get up in the morning every day and you go to your job, whatever that job is, whatever, independent of what it pays you. Hey, Zeph Leopard, thank you for coming in here. Independent of what that job pays you, independent of what it does for you, ask yourself this one question. Are you fulfilled? And if you say, well, yeah, I'm fulfilled. And you think, well, I'm fulfilled because I got great benefits. I'm fulfilled because that direct deposit is it's a 5-figure month for me. Are you fulfilled? Right? Right? And then if you quickly, hey, Naomi, hey, beautiful. If you quickly say, well, I might be fulfilled. It might be what I like to do. Here's what I'm going to say. This was your next question then. If you say, yes, it fulfills me. Would you do it for free? If they told you today they were going to stop paying you, would you show up tomorrow? Would you show up tomorrow? If it fulfills you, then you will continue to show up. You will be consistent. That is the key difference. That is the key difference. And so ask yourself these questions. Am I fulfilled by what I get up and get out of my bed and do every day? If the answer is no, then you need to ask yourself, why? Why am I not fulfilled? And what specifically do I need to get myself there? What do I need to get myself there and to teach my legacy, my kids, if you have any, or the people around you watching you, right? What do you specifically need to get to that point? Because if you're sitting on someone's job every day and you are accounting is my joy, great. If you're walking in your purpose now and you're living out what you want to do, that's herb. But here's the thing. A lot of people, here's my joy. Yeah. A lot of people are sitting on these jobs and they're very unfulfilled, and they stay there out of fear. They stay there because they are scared to death. And I'm no longer impressed by people say, well, no, I'm good there. I'm one of the best ones they got. I think that's a little bit of ego. And to me, ego is the epitome of fear. It's you scared shitless that you're really not that great. That's what it is. This was me for the last year and a half. Yes, not trying to be one of those people. No, don't be one of those people. And here's what you know when you know it's time to go, right? When you know it's time to go, don't get like I get, right? Because I got to the point where this score is for me. Yes. When I got to the point where I was told by someone over a year ago, they was like, you're either gonna leave. Well, she said to me just out of the blue, she was like, are you liking it still? And I'm like, well, no, it's kind of getting a little bit tough to go there, but I can handle it. And she's like, you need to leave or you're going to be forced to leave. You don't want this to get bad. You don't want it to get to the point where people don't remember you in a beautiful light. You need to leave before that happens. And I was just like, okay, yeah, kind of brushed it off. And then it was said to me again recently in the past week, leave or you're going to be freaking forced to leave. Leave or you're going to be forced to leave. And I'm like, yeah, but lo and behold, it is what it is. This guy tells me you only need 2 things. This is what my last patient told me. I was unemployed for 18 months and I learned 2 very important things, right? You and I talked about this in the summer. Yes, great to see the manifestation. Yes. That's what my last patient said to me. And it was spooky, but it was also true. And it was what I needed to hear. And it really didn't hit me until I got home. And I was like, this is over. This is over. There's no looking back. There's no turning back. Let it go. Let it go. And I'm going to put this out there because I believe in being transparent, right? I went to medical school. I paid over $160,000 for school. I still owe it. Most of it. I paid some of it off, but I still owe it. Let's be real about that. But you know what vision I also had? I not only had a vision for leaving my job, I had a vision for paying that off with 1 check. So those of you who are on this Periscope, you have heard me say that I will pay over $160,000 loan off with 1 check. You heard it right here. And the day that I do it, I am going to get back on this broadcast because I don't feel like that's going to be far away. I am going to get back on this broadcast and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. Not so you can screenshot it, but to show you the power of your words and how no 2 weeks notice. I gave them a notice, Frida, and they didn't want it. So here we are. I gave proper notice and they accepted it and then was like, bye. It was kind of a vindictive thing. And you don't have any control over that, right? Because if this happens to you, you know the bigger picture, right? My scope this morning touched on the power of your words. Yes, the power of your words. Twice today, I've been told that I said over a year. Well, I said right at a year ago that, okay, January, the end of January is the time for me, right? The end of January is the time for me. I completely forgot I put it out there. And now twice today, I've been reminded that is what I said. Twice today, I've been reminded. Yep, you told me in the summer. There it is. And I completely forgot I said it. So what do you think I'm doing now? I'm paying very close attention to what I said. And I'm in my journals flipping back saying, what else did I put out there? Is it really what I wanted? What else did I put out there? What else did I lay out there? But there are some amazing things in the works. Not just for money. Yes, I need that to live. No, I'm not worried about it. But I need to help women understand some very, very critical things. Get it, girl. I'm so happy for you. Yes, I need women in this world to understand some very, very valuable things when it comes to their health, when it comes to their wellness, and when it comes to their little girls, their little boys, the people that they're raising. That is so important to me. I have to be able to convey the message, the information to them as much as possible, as often as possible, and be consistent in doing that. That is why I'm here. That is what fulfills me. And that is what I will ride until the wheels fall off. That's me. That's how it is. Before nursing school, I quit my job with no job and I haven't missed a thing. You'd be surprised. Like my last patient said, you need a lot less than you think you need, and your faith will take care of it all. So don't ever think that you're missing something. Don't ever think that you're going to miss something, because I'm going to tell you, when there's no vision that's going to come without the way being prepared for you, and without every step of the way being there to show you something. So open up yourself to new people, new places, new experiences. Open yourself up to this stuff. Yes, everything is right there for you to receive. I swear to you, if you jump, God will catch you. I swear. There's a bunch of stuff going on with me that y'all don't even know about. And me and my husband talk about it. I'm like, do you care about it? He's like, I'm like, me either. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, here's the caveat to that, though. We've been in a position where we don't have to worry about anything. We've been able to freely go and invest in different things and be creative with those investments, right? So that is the thing, we're like, okay, yeah, worst case scenario, we can pull from XYZ, but we don't intend to. We don't intend to. We only gave it a 2-second conversation and we let it go because guess what? That's our investment. It's out there to grow. It's not out there for us to pinch off and pull on and say, oh my God, let's tighten the reins and this right there. No. And that's another thing I want to tell you. If you quit your job or you're stepping fully into your vision and you think that you're missing your income, because this is the thing that income is the thing that keeps coming up. And I feel like it ties us to stuff, right? We feel like we need it, right? When you think you're going to miss your money, when it comes to something like that, just understand that money is currency. And if you're not letting it flow out, it's going to be very stagnant coming back in. It is currency. It has to flow. You don't hoard it all. You don't say, I'm going to hoard it up until for a rainy day. That never works. That creates more desperation and it creates less to be able to come back to you. The boomerang effect. Yes, you can never go to a bank if you didn't deposit anything. That's how this works. Currency has to flow. That's how the energy of money works. So if you're not investing in the people that you know you can invest in that can help boost your business, and you know you're going to at some point want to jump and leap and you're going to need somebody to validate you, invest in them. Bite the bullet and invest in yourself and get what you need. That's how this works. Money flows out and then it'll flow back into you. That's how this works. Always has worked that way. It always has worked that way. And if you're not at a place where you're financially stable and you know what it means to feel financially stable, and here's what I say about that, because you shouldn't just stay there. Here's what I'm going to say about that. Financial stability. Get to a place where you know how that feels. Don't go leaving your job unless you know how that feels, right? Because that produces an energy in you that will continue to drive your faith. That's how that is. That's how it is. So the number one way to stay well is to learn to let go. Just let go. Just let go. Don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to fight things. What you resist persists. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Let it go. Let it go. Map out the vision that God gave you. Write out the steps that you're going to have to take, the people that you're going to need on your team. Write these things down and write them out plain. And then all you have to do is write the what. God gives you the how. God will always show you the how. He's never not going to provide the how for you. Your job is to know what it is you want to do and what it is you need to do to make that happen for you. That's your job. Your job is not trying to figure out, well, how? Well, where's it going to come from? Well, how we going to make it? That's not your job. You're stepping over your line at that point. That's not your job, okay? Your job is to write out how. God gives you a vision, write it out, get it plain, okay? And then after that, you let him do his job, him, her, however you want to look at it. Let the job be done. And you stand in that faith. The power that whatever you resist persists. Yes, the power that you've used to create what you're standing in right now. And that's another thing. If you're on a job right now and you're in a position and you say, well, I don't really like where I am. I don't really like where I am. If that is where you are right now, own up to your part in creating that. This is a part of your power that's going to allow you to leap, right? Own up to your part and saying, you know what? I've been making $10 an hour for 12 years now. I own it because I sat on this job for 12 years making $10 an hour. It's what I got. I own it. I own my place in it. Now, this is what I want to create for myself. This is what I want to do for myself. Because when you stand in that, your ability to create that. Hey, Gina Deming, when you stand in that power, your ability to create what you're already in right now, imagine what else you have the power to create. You understand fully that you can turn it around anytime you want to. That is how this works. It's always worked that way. Okay? So, number one way for being well, let stuff go. Let go of what does not serve you. Don't keep anyone around you that isn't serving your purpose and that it isn't constantly feeding you positive vibes. And you can feel it. Hey, found you on Indigo Ocean. Awesome. At Indigo Ocean. I used to follow her scopes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for joining me. So yes, thank you so much. And I'm gonna connect with Indigo Ocean. I haven't talked to her in a while, but I'm gonna connect with her again. And so yes, that is the number one way to stay well, y'all. I'm not saying that everybody should leap and leave their job, but I am saying that you need to evaluate where you are right now, and you need to ask yourself if you are fulfilled. If you are not, if the answer is yes, fake people too, because they drain your energy. But if your answer is an emphatic no, I am not fulfilled, I am not happy, ask yourself why. And then ask yourself what you need to be fulfilled. And then you write that vision out. God will start pouring it out to you, and you be ready to take notes. It might not come to you till like 2 or 3 a.m. I think it applies to relationship. It applies to every single thing you allow to affect your life. Every single thing you allow to affect any change in your life, this applies to. Are you fulfilled in that relationship? And be honest, y'all. Be honest. What kind of world would we live in if everybody was honest about these things right here? Be honest about it. Stand in that. Your ability to say, you know what? I've been with somebody that don't really love me. I've been with somebody that don't love me. Because believe it or not, what you think might not even be true. If you were able to fully communicate what you thought love was and communicate to that person how you're feeling and what you need to feel love, you may turn it around. It may turn around. So this is what I mean, but it allows you, it requires you to stand in that power. It requires you to be honest with yourself and say, I created this. I went all these years without communicating like I should have. Or I went all these years without saying, you know what, this isn't working for me. Be honest with yourself. That's the best way to stay well. And that's wellness. That's not health. Health has to do with body systems. We talked about this. Wellness is that state of mind and soul, and it unites that with your health. That's what wellness is. And keeping this and this requires you to be honest, and it requires you to let some stuff go. It does. So thank you for joining me tonight, you guys. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. For those who don't know me, my name is Angie K. I'm a health and wellness coach for female entrepreneurs, the number one health coach for female entrepreneurs. I help these CEOs put systems and strategies into place to make sure that they are rocking their health and dominating their wellness. And yes, today I step fully into my ability to serve them completely, no interruptions, to be able to connect with them where they are using what they have to take them where they want to be. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Bye.